So I am here today at the Tailwater Access on the Yadkin River. So pretty excited. So something that's interesting about this, I've done a lot of these sections. There's about 12-13 miles stretch here that I have not done. We do think it is going to be difficult to find campsites, so I'm actually excited about that. Believe it or not, that's part of the charm, I guess you'll say. So something pretty interesting is this exact trip that we are doing today has been a backup trip for myself and Brian for probably 3 years. And because it's a backup trip, we've never done it. So this time we thought, hey, why don't we actually do the backup trip? So also, speaking of Brian, really excited. First time he's been on the water in quite a while, and first time we've gotten together since the disastrous Rocky River trip. It was just awful, folks. So just want to give you some proof. That is Brian there, and we are still working on our gear and getting everything ready. Brian now finally is the owner of a dry suit. So it has been a long time coming, but he shouldn't be completely freezing and frostbitten and ready to go into any kind of shock this time when we get to camp. So that will be a positive. So yeah. So as I sit here and I'm just waiting on Brian to finish getting ready here, I realize I am exhausted. I am so tired. Issue with your rudder?
The string from one side wrapped around the other side, the hook thing, and it was pulling it up too short, and I was like,
oh,
I adjusted it.
No, so Brian's finished fixing a little bit of a rudder issue there already. Yeah, so unplanned, I had to work this morning, and for my job I get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So right now it's like 1:30. Gets dark in about 4 hours, so the plan is to go about 10 miles or so and find a place to camp. I have done this first section here, and I remember there being very good current. So as long as that holds true to the last time I was here, I don't think we're gonna have an issue getting these 10 miles before it gets dark. Just finding a decent campsite will be the little bit of the challenge that we have today. So yeah, I'm excited for it though. So after nearly 3 years in the making, Brian and I were finally together on this stretch of the Yadkin River. With 36 miles planned ahead, rapids mostly up to class 1, the hope for some great views and great scenery. Also, hopes that the weather would hold out and it wouldn't get too cold, hoping we'd be able to bear it. At any rate, it was good to be on the water. As far as the Yadkin River goes, Brian wasn't used to this. He was used to the slow, wide, really dirty looking part of the Yadkin River down lower. However, the upper Yadkin, it's a whole different story, filled with great current and water that doesn't look too bad, where you can actually see down a little bit. This was certainly a change for him, and I'm sure a welcome one on the Yadkin River. Just kidding. My bad. Trying to look at the Reddy's River.
I know.
So that is the Reddy's River. And if I go backwards, that is Brian in a boat that cannot turn. Folks, the Wilderness System Tsunami 14.5, 14 and a half, fully loaded with camping gear and about 30 gallons of water, does not turn, folks. It does not turn. Wherever the river goes is where it goes. 5.5 miles here in less than an hour and a half, so we are making pretty darn good time. About 4 miles an hour roughly. So that's good. So we double that, actually less than double that, and we will be at these islands. Is where we're trying to find a campsite. It is almost 3 o'clock. We have about 2.5 hours left of daylight. So we're really hoping to at least be able to find a campsite before dark. If not, you know, I guess we'll have to get the headlamps out. But hopefully we won't have to. We have had just excellent current so far. which is what I was expecting for this section. So it has not disappointed at all in that aspect. So that's really good.
I watch you bow your head each day. It's the little things that make you feel this way. Don't let their words fill you up with doubt. Lift your head and watch your dreams branch out. Don't you give up now. You have made your vows. You might not know how, but you will find the key. Feel your soul arise from that spark in your eyes. Watch it come alive. This is your destiny. To you thought that it can't be done. Oh, can you see how far you've come? There's so much more space for you to fly. So I give up on what you love if you haven't tried. Don't you give up now. You have made your vows. You might not know how, but you will find the key. Feel your soul arise from that spark in your eyes. Watch it come alive. This is your destiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go here for a second. So we're not too far from these islands. We want to start looking for a campsite, but we just went over the best rapid of the day. It was actually kind of fun, and it kind of continues over here to my left. A beach here, a sandy beach right in front of me. Yeah, pretty cool little area. Actually, kind of enjoying it. When your hope fades away and you've been led astray, when there's nothing left to lose, when you feel you have to choose what you love or need, let your heart take the lead. Take it all in your stride, show 'em all what's inside. Keep your dreams in your sight, hold 'em with all your might. Stay strong, keep moving on. Don't you give up now. You have made your vows. You might not know how, but you will find the key. Feel your soul arise from that spark in your This might be the island. So we have reached this island where it forks off. It goes right. The left side is the main flow. This is one of the islands we were hoping to maybe be able to find a campsite. I see signs on the island. I hope they're not no trespassing.
Probably could get out here.
Yeah, let's keep going down though, because that looks really difficult.
But I'd say we could definitely see it.
Yeah, it looks like plenty of trees. Spaced out good. Now let's see if there's a good spot to get out somewhere. The whole island looks like it's probably good. No, I thought it was a sign. It's like some kind of basket or one of those crates or something. So from here, this island certainly looks good, from what we can tell. We're trying to find a spot to get off. So that's what we're kind of doing right now, is just going around this island, seeing if we can get off somewhere and take a look at it. We could have gotten off back there towards the beginning of it, but it wouldn't have been fun. So hopefully as we get towards the end of it, it goes lower to the ground and becomes a spot where we can get off and look at it. That looks like it was suck. Not in a desperate situation. Right here is already better than anything on the other side. But I'm going to go up higher. I'm going to go up further. All right, I'm gonna go right to where this tree's going over the water. It appears like it's gonna be really muddy, but it might be the best spot to try to get out right now. Try to have a look at this island. Thanks. All right, so a couple things about this island. We're looking to see if it has a good place to camp, and we're also looking for what would be the best place to take out of the river, or yeah, off of the river. So as you get up here right away, there is some vegetation grown here. However, finding hammock trees, you may have to cut a little bit, but it's not going to be an issue. I'll tell you that right now. Certainly not going to be an issue. But I want to stay close to shore here on this side of the island, just to see if maybe there's a better place to get out. Brian, I'm going up here, staying close to shore. I just want to check all the way down the island to see if there's a good place to get out.
10-4, I'll go the other direction.
10-4, I think we can make anywhere on this island work for camping.
Yeah, I think so too.
So at this point, we have found our camp island, but we're yet to find our camp spot. So right there, it gets a little hard to get through, so gotta go around it. Heavier. Pete Beck, I want you to notice I have my paddle with me, because Pete Beck is always like, you get out of the boat, you go to scout something or whatever, take your paddle with you. Take your paddle with you. Well, you know what? I got my paddle. All right, there's briars and stuff in here, and you don't really want that on your dry suit, because what do briars do? They prick you, and they prick you, they can go through things, and you really don't want the prick going through a dry suit. So I no longer think you can camp anywhere on this island. It was definitely way better the other direction. All right. We got an old sled. If anyone wants a sled, come and get it. So this is not getting better. It's getting way worse, actually. It's getting really thick this direction, but I'm trying to make it through it anyway.
Well, I'm back where I was talking about those ledges, you know? This looks like a pretty cool spot. I mean, there's a cool spot to sit. You know, I mean, it would work. There's kind of a little bit of a clearing up on top where it wouldn't be, I don't think it'd be too bad here.
$10-4. I'm just going to try to go a little bit further. So at this point, I'm getting higher and higher, and the path down to the water is getting steeper and steeper, and that's not surprising, being probably in the middle of the island, because quite often on these islands, you're gonna find the more accessible spots, the islands, kind of toward the back end of it, kind of where we got off, is in where it turns and stuff. So I'm really not surprised by any of this, but if I could bear it and make it to the, I think I'm gonna give up on this, but what I was gonna say, if I could bear it and get to the beginning of the island, that is also an area where there often can be great areas. Hang on, this isn't looking too as bad over here. I was just ready to stop walking down this island, but then it just cleared up. We're still pretty high off the water, but I can walk better now. It's about 4:40, which means we have about 50 minutes till dark. And trying to make my way down. This might not be as bad. Okay, this is looking better, guys. I finally found a place where you can get out of the water. And it's actually, let's go down here. Still like a muddy beach. And that still looks steep there. That's the beginning, because I remember that. So I have found another spot where you can get out. It's really close to the beginning of the island. It's better to get out here, but it's really overgrown, so I don't think it's a good option. I'm gonna make my way back to you.
10-4, I'm on the other side now. So I went to those ledges and then I walked sort of straight across the other side of the island, just sort of looking. I haven't found much. I mean, there's a lot that would work, but nothing great. I'm sort of surprised that we haven't found a set-up campsite.
Well, over here I found a chair and some stuff set up, and it's a really cool spot, like right off the river. But to get high enough into the actual area where you could camp, it'd be a pain in the butt. Okay, so I'm back with Brian here now, and where I didn't get out, this is towards the end of the island. It might be a little trickier to get out, but it opens up and it's a little better up here. So this is what we're gonna take, it's looking like. Yeah, I don't have my full dry suit on, so I don't know if I should line it. So Brian's setting up, looks like he's gonna line it. I threw some branches down near the base of the shoreline, right at this mud area, to try to give myself a little bit of a place to stand where I'm not, a little bit of traction where I'm not sinking right into the river bed. The river bed. I don't know if it's gonna work how I envisioned it, but we're gonna find out how deep. Okay, we got about 1.5 feet on my left side. Before you're getting out of the boat like this, guys, make sure you do a check just to see how deep it is, how the, if it's just so muddy, how much your paddle sinks. That stuff's a little bit important to try to know. Okay. So this is gonna be hard to get up here. Oh. Gosh, I need a break. Yeah, this is definitely better than over there. Yeah. And it wasn't even, I mean, it was muddy, but we've done worse. As I almost fall in the mud. Right here's good. Just grab the dang boat. So if any of you guys out there are thinking about kayak camping, just know that we have a fully loaded boat and you get to, especially like a steeper embankment, to try to get to a camp spot, because it's really the only choice if you want somewhere to sleep, or you know, we really don't want to continue paddling all night. Lifting these boats, carrying these boats sucks. So just being completely honest, it absolutely completely sucks. But once you get your boat to a campsite and you get set up and maybe get a fire going, you know, at that point it feels good. It feels real good. We're not to that point yet, but we're hoping to get there. So here I found a spot to hang my hammock here, and I only have I have my hammock like half set up, but you know what, I think it's gonna be fine. I'm feeling a little lazy, so I don't think I'm gonna set it up the rest of the way. Brian's still he's got his hammock up, no tarp yet. Hopefully he'll get to it. I don't know, we'll see. it's getting dark, so I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna set up a ridge line to dry. Well, nothing's wet actually, just to hang stuff. And then I'm gonna try to get a fire going and probably cook some food. So we'll see.
I'm not eating that schmuffin. Do you think it'll be good in the morning though? It used to be good, right?
Maybe.
It's cold enough.
I can't believe you guys. I can believe it.
Yeah, but that was also dinner. You know what I mean? I bought my dinner. Oh, and snacks. I have snacks. I don't usually have snacks. I probably won't even do it.
Yeah, your snacks are in my kayak. I've been wanting a snack, but I gotta go get wood.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to make a trip.
Yeah, I want to go venture out that way.
We're going.
That's where I found that.
Ouch!
What? Sorry.
What were you saying?
That's where I found that last one.
Oh. I'm gonna take your saw. I have one branch I want to get, but I need a saw to get it. Oh, I want to turn that camera off. I don't want to. I can't believe it's snowing. I know.
So I realize, camera, you can't see my face, but right now it is actually snowing. Very, very light flurries. So pretty cool.